What's up guys? I've been asked a lot of times that when I make handbag or any other kind of bags, how exactly do I determine the size of the gusset? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. To determine the size of the gusset, first and foremost, you need to know exactly what are you going to put inside your bag or pouch. Especially when you're making pouch for some particular item. For instance, when you make pouch for multi-tools like this, you want your pouch to have a perfect fit. You will have to measure the size of the gusset carefully. But most of the time, when you make gussets for handbags, you don't have some particular items that you're going to put inside your bag. Then the size of the gusset will depend on your design. But always have some leeway for the width of the gusset, because the volume inside the bag is often smaller than what you've expected. Let's just say when you want your bag to have a width of, let's say, 2 inches, you definitely don't cut the width of your gusset to exactly 2 inches. You will then have to add, let's say your stitching line is 1/4 of an inch to the edge, then you're gonna have both sides to be stitched to the front and back piece. So you will then add 1/4 of an inch to both sides, so that's 1/2 an inch. So now you have the original 2 inch plus another 1/2 an inch. Then you might want to add another 1/4 of an inch to the gusset. So now you will have a gusset width of 2 3/4 of an inch. This way you will have a very good chance that when you finish your bag, you can fit 2 inches thick item into your bag. Once you have the size of the gusset determined, here comes the tricky part, to install the gusset. But before I start, I need you to understand that the way I do it is definitely not the only way. I'm sure that there are a lot of pros, more experienced people. They definitely have other thoughts and ways to do that. So bear in mind that the way I do it is what I figure to be the best for me as of this moment. So this is what I do. Take this piece of leather, for example. I'm going to make a pouch and I'm going to make a gusset on each side. So both ends of this piece will be the closure on top with 2 snaps. As you can see, the holes for the snaps has already been punched and the stitching line has also been marked. What I'm going to do is I'm going to locate the center point for the stitching line first. Then I'm going to use these 6 prongs stitching iron. From the very tip of the first and last prong, there is exactly 3 centimeters. Obviously, it is going to give you exactly 6 stitches for every 3 centimeters. So I'm going to use metric system for my measurement. Now I have the center located right here. Then I'm going to use this stitching iron to mark the hole carefully. Pay attention, at this moment I'm not going to punch the hole first. I will just be marking all the holes carefully. Now that I have this side marked, I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. Now that I have both sides marked, let me explain it on a piece of paper. This is the piece of leather and this is the stitching line. This is the center, and on each side, I mean the left side and the right side, there are exactly 29 stitching holes on this side, plus the center one. So overall I have exactly 59 stitching holes on one side of the leather. Here is the gusset. Let's just see. I will mark the stitching line first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the center first, and then I am going to make 29 stitching holes on each side of the gusset. 29 holes until I reach 29. I know this is the end of the gusset, so I will have this part trimmed off. This is exactly how I do the gusset. Here are the gussets, and I have located the center right here, and then I'm going to mark the stitching hole, and I'm going to mark 29 from this center hole all the way until I reach 29. And I'm going to do on this side too, and then on the other piece as well. here we go. Now that I have stitched the gusset